are watching the Marleene Cox Show. We're here for you, becoming you.
And welcome. Hey guys, welcome back to the Marleene Cox Show. I am so happy to be here again today. We got a great show for you today. And look, all I always tell you, put on your seatbelt because our show today is Fit for the Journey, a walk for life to life. But before we get started, guys, I just want to, on this last show for the month of honoring women, March. This is our last show for the month for honoring women. We have a young lady today that we're going to honor. But before we go there, there's something I want to share with you, and make sure you share the show. And there's something that I want to say to you today. It's never too late to make a change in your life. Never too late. At any time you decide to change the road, you decide to change the road in life, take a new direction. That's on you. To follow a new trail, that's on you. You're the only one, I'm telling you, you're the only one who can really know what you want from life. Do you hear what I'm saying? What you want from life. And if you're on the right road for you, not for Miss Marleene, not for the Marleene Cox Show, but for you, okay? You are going to fulfill your dreams and receive the joy and the happiness that comes from reaching those aspirations and your goals. And remember, don't expect anyone else to do it for you. So just take that away. Make sure you let everyone know that you're watching the Marleene Cox Show. And I'm going to let you know a little later how you can find us everywhere that you find us, be able to find us so that you can share this show with all of your friends. But today, the title of our show, Fit for the Journey, Walk for Life to Life. And, in times past, this show falls under lifestyle. Because in the professional career of fashion and modeling, entertainment is a lifestyle. And sometimes in all of the glamour and the glitz, people forget that we are human beings in this walk, okay? So this is our lifetime segment. And sometimes we don't necessarily have to have the direct connection, because we have women from entrepreneurs, from fashion to beauty, who watch the Marleene Cox Show. And in the entertainment industry, meaning we are not, so in this industry, we cover a real host of things in women, and especially this month being March for women. So, let's just get ready for this. We can continue to celebrate the Women's History Month, although we only have, this is our last one. I was getting ready to say our last show for the month. The timeline, during the first of the year, we all talk about our resolutions and what we're going to do and what we're not going to do to make everything better for our lives. So this show, even though it's in March, we've had some stumbles and we've had some falls. So we're going to get you back on track so that you'll win in life. Win in life with your health. Win in life with your body and your mind. That's so important. So our guest today, and it's so important, is whatever we do in life, we have to have we have to deal with our physical health. We have to deal with our physical health. That's part of the mind, the body, the soul, but we got to deal with the physical part. And this young lady that we're going to talk with today, I cannot wait to bring her in. It's going to be so exciting because this is an issue in our society. For some reason, we don't want to address it. We don't want to understand it. We don't want to look at it as something that where someone needs some help and some guidance in. We have our own consumed images of why this happens in life. But like everything else, it's a condition. It's something that we can deal with. And now medical history is saying it's a medical condition. That's something, and all the women Everyone is talking about it. Oprah Winfrey's talking about it. Whoopi Goldberg is talking about it. This is a big issue for us women, regardless of where we find our life in our stages in life. You know, through the pandemic, we sat at home, we did all of this, and we did what? We ate, we did less exercise, we did stress, we did all those things. But I'm telling you today, our guest today, Miss Whitney Willer, is a woman who's not only talks about encouraging others, she's not only talking about encouraging others to physically being physically fit, but she has known what it's like to be the physical and be physical and not fit. She has lived it and she's going to take us through it. She is going to encourage us as we go through this journey today. Fit for the journey, walk life to life. And I love that title. And the name of her book, she's also an author. She's written a book, Grace of God. She walked out of the coffin. Did you hear what I'm saying? She walked out of the coffin. That's the name of her book. And without any further ado, before we're going to go out on a commercial, and when we come back, we're going to have no one other than Miss Whitney Willer, author of By the Grace of God. She walked out of the coffin, dealing with her physical fitness and health. We're going to go out on a commercial. When we come back, you're going to meet Miss Whitney Willard. I'm so excited.
You are watching the Marleene Cox Show. We're here for you, becoming you. And we're back. You are watching the Marleene Cox Show. We're here for you, becoming you.
And now we are back, and we're going to bring on that lovely young woman, Miss Whitney Willer, who is going to talk to us. By the grace of God, she walked out of the coffin dealing with her physical fit. So, Miss Whitney, we are ready to see you right now. How are you doing? Doing good, girl. I am so excited to have you on the Marleene Cox Show. I am so excited that this is the end of the month for celebrating women and the blessing that you have for us in this wonderful industry that we work in, but fit for life. So Whitney, just kind of introduce yourself to our audience and tell them a little bit about yourself. And you have it. Go, girl. Tell us about you, because I can't hold on to my chair.
Yes, well, first and foremost, I have to give it back to you. Thank you so much for inviting me on your platform to share my story. My name is Whitney S. Wheeler. I'm the Anointed Coach. What I do is I help people break through limitations, overcome obstacles, and be forever transformed. What I do, I share it through the power of my testimony through my weight loss journey. At one point in my life, I weighed 543 pounds. I was on 11 different medications, and I had 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot inside that coffin. I knew that obesity was something that was definitely dangerous. I lost my mother and my grandmother in their 40s from obesity related health issues. And I decided that enough is enough. And I wanted to take my life back. So now what I do, I've lost over 311 pounds. I help other people walk out of their coffins that they call their bodies. I've helped my family lose over 1,000 pounds following the food plans that God has given me. I've also taken this information to my platform, my social media platforms that's currently have a little over about 700,000. And last year I helped enough people lose 10,000 pounds. So it's really about bringing awareness to this walk of obesity, bringing awareness to the health related issues that come from not making conscious health decisions, by not making the right decisions when it comes to food and working out. I just want to bring awareness of just how dangerous this disease of obesity really is.
I love how you said that. You helped over 10,000 people walk away from that coffin because of the physicalness of the weight and understanding. And so many times in all communities, people don't understand the health risks, the things that happen to us from our health physically because of the being overweight. And 500 pounds. Where are you now on that journey in relationship? I would never look at you and say you would have weighed 500 pounds. So where are you now, Whitney? Where are you on that journey now? Where are you pound wise?
Yes, absolutely. So my highest weight was 543, and I am down to 232 pounds, giving me a total of 311 pounds so far on my journey here. And yeah.
That is so good. Now, how tall, I'm in the fashion industry. So the first thing I'm going to ask you, because from looking at you, look very thin. You're saying you're 235 pounds or three. How tall are you?
I'm 5'7". I'm 5'7".
Okay. So you tall girls can carry it a little bit better.
Ooh, thank God for height.
Whitney, I put on 5 pounds. I'm 5'2", but I always say I'm 5'3". All I need is 10 pounds and it's gone. It's over. But that's
I know that's right.
Journey. So how did that help as far as medication? Were you able to come off of medication? Were you able to eliminate milligrams of medication? Ladies, you need to hear this because weight plays an important part. And one of the things I'm looking at Whitney and I'm loving, you lose weight based on your body structure, your height, your age. Nobody around here trying to find Twiggies. If you guys don't know what Twiggy was back in the 60s and the 70s, she weighed about 50 pounds. She was one of the top models. We're not trying to look like that. We're trying to look our best. We want to try to look our best. So how did that thing work with the medication? Where are you on the journey of even that? Off it, on it, less than? Tell us.
Yes, great question. So, at one point, I was on 11 different medications from diabetes, metformin for diabetes, 2 different blood pressure medications, and medications for the disease called IIH. I had sciatica, DDD, which is a deteriorating disc disease in my back. I had pinched nerve issues in both shoulders, knee issues. I had medications for all of it. And I'm happy to report that as of today, I am currently not on any medications. I was able to, yes, God has delivered me from all of those health related issues, just from turning over that plate, just for being willing to make a conscious decision. And losing weight isn't easy. This walk isn't easy, but I just want to show people that no, it's not easy, but it's possible. No, it's not easy, but each day that we make a conscious decision to lead into health and not lean into those health related or lean into the next phase of the next burger, the next cheeseburger, right? Being able to push away from that table, you can literally change your life. You can change your health status, right? It don't have to be that way. I don't care if you're looking in the mirror, you see a 543-pound person, or if you were a cheeseburger away from my 600-pound life. I want to let you know that it's possible to change, that God can literally strip you out of that coffin. You don't have to walk around in in a walking coffin, because that's what it is.
I
You're
like
dealing
that,
with all of that. that. Mm-hmm.
I like what you said, because a walking coffin. And so many times I'm not, and I try, I pray God that I don't get into the judging thing, but I do, because of the nature of what I do, fashion and beauty. I do look at people. And at one time I used to think, oh, they need to just stop. No, it's a journey. It's not as easy as it. And you know how the Lord brought me to that? If you look at someone and you say, oh my God, they're like 100 pounds on the way, why don't they just stop eating? No, 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 no. It's a process. You can't do it overnight. And I'm gonna tell you how those words that you might say about somebody else will come back and get you, because I've said those words. And then I had to lose 15 pounds. And you sitting up here talking about you lost over 200. And you know what I'm saying? And those 15 pounds is just as hard to lose as those 200, because you got to go through the journey. And I think people need to understand that, whatever that journey is for a person. And I'm a naturalist. I try to stay away from Western medicine as best I can. So just to hear that testimony that you were able to come off of those medications, and you said you had to put that plate down, and that's important. But what are some of the daily things? How did you start it? You said you wanted to do this because of the health that you've lost some of your loved ones. So what did you do? What was the first thing you did the first day that led to the fifth day? Take us a little bit along the journey that you used to get there.
Yeah, and I do go over a lot of that in my book as well. So in 2018, I had a really big health scare. I went to the hospital. My blood pressure was 282 over 190. And I went to the hospital. My head was hurting. I felt like my vision was getting blurry. So I went to the hospital. Once they checked my blood pressure, of course, they thought I was having a stroke, right? Long story short, once they ruled out that it wasn't a stroke, it turns out that there's a weight limit on hospital equipment. So my weight exceeded the equipment that they needed to try to diagnose to see what was going on with me. So since my weight exceeded, they sent me home. No medication, nothing. They just sent me home. And I said they sent me home to die. And when I got home, I remember praying to God. I said, God, because I had been on a weight loss journey before and had lost weight, gained it back. And I said, God, you're not a God of a second chance or a third chance, but another chance. If you help me, if you allow me to wake up in the morning, because I didn't know if I was going to wake up, I said, Lord, I would dedicate this story to you. I will make the necessary changes. And when I woke up that morning, I did. I started making those necessary changes. I started listening to the voice of the Holy Spirit within to guide me through this. So God began to give me a supernatural plan that was effective. I started with me eliminating certain carbs, certain foods from my life. God just literally gave me this blueprint. I call it my 5-step plan that's in my book. If you follow this 5-step plan, I don't care how far down the scale you are, not only will you lose weight, I lost 120 pounds in 6 months, supernaturally. That's not common to men. But when you begin to lean and allow that this journey is not through your strength, and you begin to surrender and you allow God to enter in and guide you and be your strength, He will make you strong and equipped to last day by day. This is a day by day journey. I don't look at tomorrow. I focus on today, what's in front of me today, and it's successful.
Yeah, and that's important too. Looking at that day to day, accomplishing what you can do day to day, and even when I think about these things, and when I'm coaching and talking about to people about nutrition and different things like that, because that's so dear to my heart. Like you, Whitney, when I was 18 years old. Even before then, I wanted to take up cosmetology, so I went to a school where I could get a trade school in high school, and I was able to do it. And I remember, people don't realize this, but when you're studying cosmetology, you got to learn about the body. You got to learn about all the muscles and the diseases and how it works, and the liver and the lymph nodes and the this and the that and all of those things. And I started getting so into the whole concept of the masses of the body. And I remember in my family, Everyone was on blood pressure, diabetes, and I changed the way I started eating. And I remember my family when they used to come visit me. When they used to come visit me, they said, "Oh well, we gotta go to the grocery store when we go to Marlene's house because she don't have enough this and that and all that kind of stuff." But I didn't, and I didn't raise my kids like that either. And but I made a conscious effort at 14, 15 because I saw my grandmom and I saw people 25 and 30. Why are they all taking these pills? Then I learned to study the body. So that's so important. And people say to me, or say to a lot of people, and I'm quite sure you've heard it. Oh, it's in your family. There's nothing you can do about it. Have you heard that before?
Yeah. Yep. And I believe that those are what we call those generational curses, right? And I teach
Yes.
people that the curses can be broken because I'm a strong believer, and from what I've witnessed, especially with helping so many people, that obesity can definitely be passed down, but they can also be reversed. So if you, like myself, I lost my mother and grandmother in their 40s from congestive heart failure. So I know that congestive heart failure, I'm on that radar to watch it, right? So I make a conscious decision not to take on that curse, but to lean into the blessing that my family has. So I'm a firm believer, yes, stuff can run into your family until it run into you. And once it run into you, you can break it. You be the curse breaker in your family.
Whitney, I'm with you on that because how I looked at it, and we're our journeys are different, but they're the same. People say, oh, you're going. They always say, because I was always that little teeny petite. They all just wear. You're gonna get. That's all. But you know what I thought? This is how I approached it. That might be true, and I'm not going to say that those things might happen, but let it happen when I get in my 60s and 70s and 80s, something like that. But in the meantime, I'm going to change the way I eat, and I see how they cook their food. And a lot of times it is generational because we cook the way our grandparents cooked and our mamas cooked, and because they didn't know any different. That's the way they were taught. And just making slight changes. You said carbs, slight changes in how you saute your food or how you bake your food and those little subtle changes are so important. And I made up my mind that I'm not going to eat the way they eat. I'm not going to, and that doesn't mean on the weekend, sometimes I don't cheat and get me a piece of fried chicken now, because I'm going to do that every now and then. But it's not my way of life on my daily journey. And that's what I hear you saying. There were different changes that you did daily, turning down the plate. Because I remember years ago, I don't know if you heard this, and I was following Steve Harvey, riding into work on Steve Harvey morning show. And Steve Harvey, about 8 or 9, maybe 10 years ago, he got on this whole health thing. And he was asking his audience questions about this dieting and detoxing. And this one lady, this stuck with me. I never forgot. Said, well, Steve, I'm doing all these things and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And I eat my salads and I do this. So Steve said, what do you put on your salad? She says, I melt milk chocolate. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
What?
So I want them to go out and get your book. So they need to read, and I need you to send me that book too. They said that the grace of God, and it told you how you walked out of the coffin. So people sometimes think changing habits. I'm eating a salad, but if you eat the salad and you put lard on it and you putting sugar on it, you just might as well keep on eating what you was eting because you ain't changed.
Might as well go get the Big Mac, right?
So look. So you told us about you put the plate down. So when you put the plate down, tell me 2 carbs based on you, because everyone's different. She's not telling you to do what she does. She's just saying this is the things that she did. What were the 2 carbs that you eliminated from your diet? Or if you want to say 3, just 2 that you said immediately, I'm going to start working on eliminating this from my diet.
All carbs, anything processed, breads, rice, potatoes, all of that was eliminated. All sugar products, I eliminated everything outside of water. But most importantly, I changed the way I ate on a daily basis. The physical structure of my day-to-day eating shifted. So the way God began to give me the plan was you eat your biggest meal early during the first day of your, earlier in the day. So I eat my biggest meals first. And no, traditionally we eat our heaviest meal for dinner. I don't do that. I
Yes.
reversed it. I eat my biggest meal first so my body has enough time to break that down, right? And then for dinner, I may have something as low as a protein shake. So it was just different things. That I started shifting, eliminating fast foods, different things of that nature. But one thing about my book that I do, I provide options because everybody's body is different. Over the last 10 years,
Yes.
I've discovered so many different plans. All plans work. Let's just be clear. Weight Watchers is going to work. Jenny Craig is going to work. Keto is going to work. It's not about finding a plan that works. It's about finding the right plan that works for you. What is your blueprint? What do you need to do? Everybody won't be successful on low carb, but I have 13 different plans in my book to give people options so that you can learn the best lifestyle, not diet, but the best lifestyle to reflect for you.
For you. And let's hold that thought, Whitney. And we're going to come back after that because that's it. And that's why I said which yours, but people got to know their body. And we're going to come back and talk about understanding your body. And we're going to come back and talk about, was there any physical exercise in play? So we're getting ready to go out on our next commercial break, Whitney, and stay tuned. And we'll be right back to the Marleene Cox Show. And let me tell you guys, you can find us on Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock on WBGR TV. Go to Roku, look up WBGR Roku TV at 6, and then you can find us again on Thursdays at 7:30 on the Marleene Cox Show YouTube, and then you can find us again at 12:30 on Facebook on Maya Connection. So we can make that on a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
You are watching the Marleene Cox Show.
What time did we start?
When you look at what hair does, hair brings people together.
Hair is an expression of ourselves. Hair is an expression of our roots. It's an expression of our future. It's an expression of our artistic capabilities. Hair is everything.
Ashtay is a combination of my two daughters' names, Ashley and Taylor.
We actually started Ashtay products on a dare, believe it or not.
My wife dared me to go out on my own because I had turned down quite a few offers from other companies.
I said, so what are you going to do? If you so bad, why don't you start your own blankety company? And he said,
that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Just like that. We saw there was a need for a product that took care of this new combination, coined global texture.
You have an African-American father, Hispanic mother, so therefore our daughter's hair represented global texture.
Here they are in the early 90s with two mixed children who have this hair texture that's like, ¿Qué es esto? What is this? And they needed to find a solution for that.
We created global texture, therefore, who knew best how to deal with it? Ashtay has a unique blend of amino acids and conditioners and moisturizers that help to deal with the global texture market.
We impact our customers' lives through education, through them selling retail. Now they're able to have a profitable business, take care of their families, build and create first generational wealth.
The education of the stylist to think, to be accountable, to save money. We put that first, then we sell the product.
Most people just look at the stylists differently than we do. We look at them as entrepreneurs and as business people who want their kids to have the best education and travel the world and experience the finer things of life.
We have thousands of cosmetologists that have saved hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they credit us for it. And in turn, they are extremely loyal to the brand. We truly look at every single one of our clients as they're part of our family.
We don't just sell a product, we build relationship. It is our goal to know our customers name by name, person by person, and impact their lives moment by moment.
And we're back. You are watching the Marleene Cox Show. We're here for you, becoming you.
Oh my goodness. I'm always in awe when I watch that commercial. Michael and I worked together over the years. We worked for two different companies, but that family amazes me. And I'm gonna challenge my listeners, my guests, and everyone. Go online to Ashtay Products and send them a note that says you watched them on the Marleene Cox Show and what amazing story that they have. So do that for me. It's hashtag. I don't have the old. You can Google it and just tell them I saw your commercial on the Marleene Cox Show and how you enjoyed it. Do that for me. So we're back with Miss Whitney Wheeler. We're talking about the grace of God. She walked out of the coffin, and now Whitney. The other side of that, I love the fact about turning down the plate and how you change things. And if you want to hold your book up for a minute, and we're going to put that on our website, and we're going to tell you how to get a hold of Miss Whitney so that she can tell the beautiful, that's you then and this. Oh my goodness, God is good. So people need to go out and get that. So Whitney, in that journey of the journey of putting the plate down, walking away from the coffin, coming from 500 to 200 pounds. Was there ever exercise and things like that you did along your journey that worked for you? Like you said earlier, everything is different for everybody. People need to know their bodies. You got to know your body. So what were some of the things that you did when it came to the physical part of exercise or non-exercise? I mean, everybody's different. What did you do?
I am very big in exercising. My Instagram is Big Girl Working Out. When I got started originally on my journey, it was based off of working out. I wanted to show people how to work out as a plus size person, because people would recommend you to go to the gym, but they don't realize the gym isn't designed for morbidly obese. So I paid for a gym membership, and I couldn't fit on 80% of the equipment at the gym. So what I did, and in my book, I help people. I believe that you have to do a total body workout. I created this 30-day plan that's total body. So I teach you how to work out. I teach you how to go to the gym. And this is designed, whether you're 500 pounds or 200 pounds, this will be a plan for you to follow. It's total body, meaning I teach you how on certain days to work your legs and shoulders, your back and triceps. I walk you through how to properly work out, how to properly incorporate weights. That's why people look at me and say, you don't look like you used to weigh 500 pounds, because you don't see a ton of loose skin. You don't see all of that, because I've heavily incorporated working out, walking, and lifting weights throughout my journey so that skin removal would be easy, right? I want that process to be easy. So I'm very big on weight. The food is going to break the mental things. The food is going to get the scale moving, but the working out is what sculpts your body. Working out is what gives you that definition. Working out is what lifts your butt up. It gives you that definition in your body, and we all need that, right?
Yes. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you. Whitney, boy, I tell you, I'm with you. I started working out when I was like 17, and I've never stopped. My kids, my third son, he's 34. Mom, you still doing it? I'm going to keep on doing it as long as I got some breath in my body. I'm going to be working out. I'm going to do this thing. But it's so important, not only and people think only people who have weight issues, where everybody should be working out, taking care of that body. It's keeping the systems moving and flowing. What is the first thing they tell you when you go to the hospital to have operation? What is the first thing they tell you? Get up and walk around. They won't let you lay in the bed. You have to move. We have to move. And so I love that idea of having that structure in there. And Whitney, I'm on, as we're talking, my mind just goes, we have a big function that we are having, don't have the date yet, for models, talents, entrepreneurs. And I already see you being part of that. We had our competition was, we did, and we have for full figure models. We have a plus a thing for that. And so I already see you doing some stuff with us. So what part of the country are you in, Whitney? What part of the country are you in?
I am in Springfield, Missouri.
Okay, you in Missouri. Okay, so we on a whole different time. But when we were talking, I've already got it going on. I said, oh yeah, she's gonna be a part of that. But I will keep you in the loop. We have a lot of things that we do. And see, the other thing, Whitney, that I like about what you do, you're talking about health, fitness, exercising, and all of the things that you do. And I was at a conference last Saturday, Kingdom Marriage, and my husband was one of the keynote speakers there. And one of the things that one of the ladies was there, she said she had a situation with obesity, and she was in the nursing field and became doctor. And talking about the journey, talking about the body, we always say the body is the temple, right? So we have to take care of that body, and not only just because of your physical, that also impacts their mental, your mind. All of that's so important. How you feel about yourself, not wanting to go out in front of people, all that your confidence. And I can see your confidence, girl, is up, and I'm happy to see that. You're making it real hard. You're making it real. And some of the things that you have engaged in, you talked about your family members, your associates, and then the different things that you do. And so what kind of friendships have you developed along this journey, along this way? Where can people go? We can get your book. We're going to list that on all of our information, and then also get your information. But where do you go? How do you speak to different programs, audiences? How do people can find you that want to come and sit up under you? And do you have book openings? Tell us a little bit how you go about letting people see you, touch you, say this is real. These aren't touched up photos. This is a real life thing. How do we go about doing that?
Yes, absolutely. So I do have my main social media platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I do go live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays and share those nuggets. I also have my anointed coaching services available. So I do work with women one-on-one. I run classes every 90 days. I work with 12 women specifically at a time. I am a speaker now. So I do go out to like a lot of different women conferences. I do workshops in the community. If you are interested in me coming to speak, or even conducting a workshop, whether it's virtually or physically, you can contact me at contact@whitneyswheeler.com. I will be more than happy to get you on my calendar. Whatever I can do to bring awareness. My book is a #1 seller. It is available on Amazon. I've been featured in several magazines thus far. We've gotten a lot of international attention from the Netherlands, the UK, Canada. Those are 3 of the top areas. So whatever you need from me, I am available, whether it is on that one-on-one or as a group. I would love to come and help spread some of that knowledge, especially in church, because church is an area where we can come. It's supposed to be a hospital, but because of the level of sometimes offending people, we don't want to call out obesity in the church, right? Like you said, we may judge people. Oh, that girl's sitting down. She's not even worshiping, not realizing maybe her back is hurting. She's in so much pain. Maybe her knee, she can't physically stand up. So I go to the churches and be the voice for the people who can't do it. Everyone can approach a plus size person, but I tell people I'm not scared of obesity because I love you more than offending you. I love you so much. I want to help you walk out of that coffin. I want you to realize that obesity is nothing more than issues on the inside that's causing the swell with that weight, right? So I help you identify those coffins on the inside so you can actually get to that next version of you. So I would love to partner with anyone who would need that assistance.
Well, we're going to have you come partner with us. My team gets on me so much because they say you need to be doing more social media. So I'm going to start doing more social media for our company, Maya Management, Maya Management Group. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things, and also even connecting with you on some issues, and that maybe that we can come alongside of you on some other issues on this other side of that, the weight part of it. We also deal with the pulling the outfits together, the style, dressing your body, understanding how to dress your body. And I tell people, if you don't understand how to dress your body and you have a weight issue, you know how to do the right things for your body to lose the weight that you want to do, and stop doing this yo-yo thing. I'm a yo-yoer. And I said, Lord, I'm tired of yo-yoing. Now it's time for me, because in my industry, every fad died through the years. From the time I was 20 on, I was okay. I got a show coming up. Let me drop 10 pounds. Let me drop. And that's no good. My metabolism is a mess. So because I do work out, thank God, if I do work out and lift weights, and I do all that. I'm all into that. But I understand, even though that I'm in those golden years, there's other issues that got to be menopause. All of those things have to be addressed on that weight journey. So all women need to address it, because it don't matter what size you are, when you start going through that menopausal stuff, and even after having children, and all of the things that you need to do to get at that comfortable weight, so that the things that you said early, the blood pressure, the diabetes. And then tell us a little bit about your journey. How's your sleep? How's your sleep? How do you sleep now that you've lost the weight?
That is a great question, and people don't pull that out too often. I sleep so much better. I tell people, so my husband's on a weight loss journey too. He was 596 pounds. And I remember us laying in this supersized king size, the California king bed, covering the entire bed, right? And I would have to sleep on my back. And I remember that I was so big at that point, where in my my chest was all the way up to my neck, and I would feel like I was suffocating. Sometimes my husband and I would have to tag team to just check on each other while we were sleeping, to make sure we didn't suffocate in our sleep. Those are things that people don't talk about. Those are things that people don't bring out. Now I'm able to sleep with no issues. My husband is sleeping a lot better. He does still use his sleep app machine, but it's nowhere near like it was. I'm not snoring like I was. I'm not waking up in those sweats with acid reflux. You just do not know how much peace you get in your sleep once you lose that weight. So thank you for that question.
Yeah, because that's an important thing. Sleep. How does that affect your sleep? All of those things are connected to our bodies and to our weight, where our weight is. Whether you are, I don't know if you can see me, but I remember going to my doctor, and I believe in that. I believe in early detection, and I believe in all that stuff. But I remember going, and she says, "Well, you're, what is that? BMI, BMI, BMI.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're getting to close 27. You're going to be overweight." I said, "Overweight? I don't even." But for my body, my bones, I was reaching a level that wasn't good for me. So I knew just a matter of 6 pounds would bring, because I'm a little shorty, would bring me back to where I needed to be and be healthy. I don't want to be skinny. I just want to be my best. My best. Skinny is not healthy. It don't look good.
That's it.
You know what brought me out of that? Because I grew up in the late 70s, the early 80s, and the skinnier the better, and to be on the fashion. I've worked in the industry, traveled the world, and the littler the better. And I'm gonna tell you what brought me out. You young people brought me out of that, girl. Just looking at them reality shows and seeing my sisters letting it, and they be in good shape. They ain't trying to hide it. They got it going on. I said, well, they not trying to hide it.
Yes.
So the whole thing, I even tell models who come into our agency, we deal with talent, we deal with models, musicians, performers. Some people just come to want to know how to perform. Some people come just like to learn how to do public speaking. How do I get up there and project? How do I tell my story so that I'm making how do I connect with my audience? So we do a little bit of, people think Marleene, not that. We deal with people based on what their needs are to presenting themselves properly. So people need to kind of know all of those type of things in order for them to be the best that they can be, not the best that someone else can be, but the best that they can be. And you look amazing, amazing. So I'm trying to see where I'm at. Coy, I'm gonna. I know my producer, not my producer, but my director is going to say to me when he gets the, don't say that, but I'm getting ready to say it. Coy, type down there and let me know how many more minutes we got. Okay. I said it, John. I did. I said it. I told Whitney we're gonna be acting like we sitting around the coffee table or the kitchen table or rare back in the living room or downstairs in the exercise room working out. We just want to make this real, because when people can relate, Whitney, and what you have done is so amazing. You have made it so people can relate, and reaching out to that person. And like, I'm a businesswoman. I've been in business since I was 23, but everything that I've done is based on the Father and the walk, because you can't do nothing without that. And that's a big issue. And I say you can't, and it's unfair, but it's the truth. And I'm so glad, Whitney, that you have no issue being able to even go into a synagogue or a church and talk to people who are heavy, because now they see you. That's your ministry. See, somebody who weigh 100 pounds can't do that. They don't want to hear nothing they got to say. What you talking about? You don't know what my struggle is. You don't know that I can't hardly walk. You don't know the pain. You don't know the medication that I've been on. You don't know. So we all have an area that we have to minister to people for their total life. And that's a good ministry, because, and when I look at it like this, and this is not being critical or anything, is to be your best. You are enough. Becoming you, just be you. Because when we're out there trying to pull people in the house of the Lord, people can't see. They can't listen at you because they're looking at all that. So they're not listening. It's almost like I said, when I go to a restaurant, and I was saying this to I'm part of an international ministry that I'm part of, and I'm one of the leaders. And I was sharing with some people when I was in North Carolina this week. Before, when a waitress come up to me to wait on me and her apron's dirty, I can't let her get my food. I mean, I'm so busy looking at that I don't think she's going to give me the best service. Same thing when what do you think about something like that, Whitney? I mean, it's the truth, it's the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I know for me, like I said, I started my journey in 2013, and I will put my story out there, and it was motivating people who were bigger, but my reach was limited because I was trying to help people as I was helping myself. You can't lead if you haven't overcome yet, right? So it was certain people that weren't able to receive from me, even though I had tapped in, right? But then God began to show me, he said the deliverance occurred when I was 543. The day I decided to get rid of everything, that's when the deliverance part occurred. But the transformation is for other people. The transformation isn't for us. The weight loss isn't for us. It's about go, pick up your mat and go and walk, right? So now that the transformation is visible, people know that this is good soil. People know that they have entered into a room with an overcomer. People know that she has actually have the fruit to know that this is real, right? People won't eat your fruit, eat from your fruit if it ain't right,
Yes.
right? So people have to know that there's something that I can tap into. So you are right. If this is a waitress with a dirty apron, that means that you're not qualified to carry my food. You're not qualified to do that, right? So absolutely, God will put you in a position, especially if it's your ministry, he will make sure that your fruit and that transformation is so visible that people feel comfortable eating from it. So I love that analogy.
Okay, yeah. And that's even eating from the word, the things that you share in your book, they can eat from because they see the transformation in there. And before we get ready, because it's almost that time, but before we get ready, if I can I want your picture up. I can see. I want you to stay there. And I want your picture up for just a second so the audience can see the whole Whitney. Look at Whitney. Look at her. She is looking fabulous. Fabulous. So guess what time it is? It's time for tips and toodles.
Ooh.
So I guess it's still okay. And we are back. We're going to share with you today some of the things that we went over today. So I'd ask my guest, Whitney, if she could come back in, and she's going to give you 3 tips that you can take away from all of this knowledge that we have shared with you today on the show. So Whitney, if you can talk about 3, maybe 4, and did you know a couple of tips you would like to leave them with? Remember, Whitney had, and you can call out your contact information, how people can contact you, and of course, we will have it on the Maya Modeling and Talents website, so you can go there, and we'll have her on all of our social media, so you will be able to contact her for some reason that you missed. So give us a few of the tips that you had thought about to leave with our guests today.
Absolutely. So in my book, I start my book off with tips because I believe that you have to have that foundation, right? So I give you the tips no matter what food plan you're following. These are the lifestyle tips you need to get started on any program. I have several, but a couple of them that a lot of people really love is number 1, find your why. You have to have a strong why in order to walk this walk. Your why can't be a vanity why, right? It can't be, I want to wear these short shorts for the summertime. Your why has to be so strong that it can carry you during a time when you're feeling weak, right? And then keep your eyes on your own plate. A lot, like you talked about those fad diets, right? Everybody, you can't eat from everybody's plate. Keep your eyes on your own journey. Keep your eyes on the plan that you're on. Let it continue to work for you. If keto is working for you, don't go to JJ Green diet. If JJ Green diet is working for you, now you're going to the soup diet. Your body hasn't even got consistent enough to stick within the plan, right? And then also another tip that I give, bend but don't break. A lot of times we think because we're in a fallen state that we're broken. Sometimes you're just bended. Sometimes you may have just had a couple days that was rough. You ain't jeopardized your whole journey. Get up, right? You're in a bended state, but you're not broken. And then another one is get consistent in your consistency. It's not about perfection. This is not a perfect journey, but every day that you lean into your consistency, you are good. And then always remember to get up quick. If you're falling, get up quick. If you're struggling, get up quick. You don't have to stay down. You may fall down, but you don't have to stay down. Always get up, get back on your journey, and keep going. So those are the tips that I want to give for today. Please follow me on social media, Whitney Shalon Franklin Wheeler on Facebook, Big Girl Working Out on Instagram and TikTok.
All right, so those are the tips. Look, Whitney, I'm not going to even give no more tips. The only thing I'm going to say for today, because I think that is, after everything you said, you've laid it all down. And I think the one thing that people need to do is along with those tips, is watch how you talk to yourself. Watch the language that you use. That is so important. Just watch the language that you say to yourself, because that makes a different thing. What do I mean by that? I always use this. When people come to me they say, I got a problem. No, you don't want to talk to Miss Marleene. I don't deal with problems. Now I will deal with a situation, because now we can get on a course to follow to work out the situation. So make sure you know the words that you're going to say to yourself. And before I close out, I want to say one more thing, and then I'm going to thank my guests. But I want to remind everyone that when you see this show, it would be past, but I would be remiss if I did not say it. Kevin Hart is in the DMV this weekend at the Kennedy Center. As I speak, he's in the Kennedy Center. He's being honored for our award at the Kennedy Center. So we need to know that. and keep up with that award. I can't remember. Mark Twain. It's called the Mark Twain Prize, and he has been being awarded that award on March the 20th. So look it up, talk about it. I'm so proud of that young man, not only from comedian, from a businessman, and all the things that he has done to turn his journey around. So Whitney, I want to thank you, our team from the Marleene Cox Show, our team from Maya Model Talent. And we want to thank Shamika, who initiated getting you. She's our social media specialist. Nothing better than her. So I want to thank you for coming on our show. And I'll make sure we have all of your information up on our social media and on our website. And I am looking to collaborate with you on a lot of things on this journey. So guys, we want to thank you for being on the Marleene Cox Show. And guess what? The next time you will hear from us will be in April. And guess what? I'm not going to give you the title. For April, it will be New Beginnings of Being Beautiful. So in April, we're going to talk about all kind of new beginnings in the fashion and the entertainment industry, lifestyle, everything. What is going to be your new beginning in April? We are already January, February, March, and next time we'll be in April, and we'll be talking about the new beginnings. And with each stroke of the brush, canvas, you are the artist. With every stroke of the brush, your thoughts and your actions, you have the opportunity to make this day your best day. Let's make this day not only your day, but your best week. We thank you. Stay safe. Thanks for listening at the Marleene Cox Show.